All right, we are live. Welcome to the Games Talk Live podcast. I wasn't here last week, and I apologize for that, but I'm here this week with a guest I was supposed to have on last week. But of course, you guys know him in the chat. This is Dealer Gaming of the Dealer Gaming YouTube channel, content creator, gamer, just all-around awesome person, and very close friend of mine. Dealer, welcome to the show, buddy.
We do know each other a little bit, right?
Oh, yeah. We go way back.
Let me explain
5 years, bro.
It's my fault we're late.
No,
it's actually not my fault we're late. Look, the program we're using doesn't allow me to use just a picture as my backdrop. So I just turned on an episode of RDX to represent, I guess.
Hey, we're both on the show. It's not like you're...
Yeah, we're both on the show, right?
Yeah,
it just works.
Yeah.
So thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks. I see little D Batch's name at the end there.
Little D
and Tim Dog. Tim Dog's there too. So it's like we're all on the show today. So anyways, Dealer, I was just looking at your YouTube channel a little while ago, and I was like, man, 112,000 subscribers. When you started YouTube, did you ever feel like you would ever hit that point to get over that 100,000 or even hit that mark or get close to it?
I didn't know we were going to go here, and I didn't know I was at 112. I thought I fell a little bit since I hadn't made a video in like 3 weeks. I finally brought one out. I guess to put me back over, but no, I didn't expect 100 subscribers, or let alone 12,000 or 112,000. And I guess that made it a little bit more tolerable. I mean, I just, again, low expectation, keep expectations low, especially when you're being an idiot on the internet like me 5-6 years ago. Not thinking or caring that this would go anywhere, going to school for social work and stuff like that, and end up making it a thing that I do with my life, apparently, thanks to a lot of you guys in the chat. So, yeah, it's kind of crazy, brother. And you've been there since 12,000. We started RDX at 12,000 subs.
Yeah. Dang. I can't believe you were at 12,000 back then. Damn. Time flies. And so does the subscriber base, apparently, over there on that channel. Great job, man. Again, it's no easy feat to get those kind of numbers on YouTube. We know the hard work and the dedication it takes. I know you said you haven't put out a video in 3 weeks, but that's just a testament to what you do put out. I mean, people are watching even your old videos and stuff because you do good work. So keep it up, man. You're going to be hitting that 200,000 someday too. And yeah, man, I can see it. You're one of the biggest Xbox guys out there. You and Colt, like you guys you're just fantastic at bringing the
Here's
Xbox.
My problem though. My problem is, Fonz, I struggle to put out videos on bull crap. Can we say the other word for?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I struggle to put out bullfuck for videos, and just to have a video. I try to make things worth watching. That means 7-6 topics in a video and a lot of editing, and I just make stuff that I enjoy watching. But at the same time, if the Guardians of the Galaxy developers come out and say Game Pass is great, I can't make a 10-minute video. I just can't force myself to do it, and it's to my own detriment, really. But I did put out a video a few days ago. I appreciate everyone that did check it out. And I do plan on trying to put one out a week and trying to make it worth your time. But again, it's a grind, man. And Fonz, when things settle down, you're going to be back on your way to making videos, right? Because everyone loves them. And we've pushed you hard to get on that.
Yeah, I need to go back. I've been thinking about it a lot lately, especially lately with watching some of your videos. I've been looking at them and saying, I miss doing that. I miss the editing part, of creating videos. And that's one thing that you do a lot of too is, there's a lot of people out there that will make videos, make content for YouTube, but it's the lack of editing and stuff that a lot of these people don't do that really just, I don't know. It's just not as enjoyable to me when people really don't put in the effort.
It's fine. Like, because to them, that's not what it's about. And I get that. Like, we all have different perspectives.
Yeah, but
they make stuff
fun to me. I'm just speaking from a guy watching it,
Yeah.
Like, I like
and you do a lot of editing and production yourself, and you take time to make skits. And if you're like me, largely a video, even if it's about the most mundane fucking news that hit that week, guess what? I got 100 subscribers that are asking me where's the videos, and I'm trying to make it worth watching. Well, I gotta feel a little bit inspired to do it, believe it or not, as stupid as that sounds, or it's just going to be something that I don't even enjoy listening to, let alone making. So
Yeah, exactly. I want to give a big shout out to everybody in the chat. I see Boba Fett Gaming, Just Gaming Podcast. I just did their podcast this morning. It'll be out later, guys. So be sure and check that out later today. After the show, maybe it might be out. I don't know. But those guys are great. Check them out. And we had a fun show together today. Well, it's good to see everybody in the chat. Hargeet, I see you. Charlie Hustle, Biff Rinaldi, he's back. He's here. Thank you for being here. None of your business is here. Jerry, Live Supremacy, Jason Max. Thank you for all of you guys. Thank you for being here. And I know some of you here are for the man, the myth, the legend, Dealer. And look, I appreciate whatever reason you're here for. Okay, doesn't matter to me. I'm just
they're here for us, Dealer. And obviously that fantastic hat you have on.
Thank you, Dealer. You're primarily an Xbox guy. Everybody knows, that you prefer to play all your games on Xbox, but there's other games out there you'd like to play too on other consoles and stuff, right? I mean, I know this, of course, but yeah. Is there anything you're looking forward to this year in terms of, Xbox games? Like, what are you looking forward to the rest of this year?
You talking first, third party, everything? What?
Anything. It doesn't matter. Third party, first party. Doesn't matter.
Modern Warfare 2 is a big one. I enjoyed the beta. Yeah. And it doesn't mean I'm going to go around getting, 2 OKD or even 1 OKD all the time. Like I enjoy the game. I love Modern Warfare. It's my favorite Call of Duty. I believe the best one ever made in 2019. So I'm looking forward to that. It's big. And then you've got, and believe it or not, no one's ever going to mow you again. That's coming out.
Oh my God. You're excited for that?
Gotham Knights, ever since I watched these stupid 16-minute little videos IGN did, I realized that there is so much more to that game than I think people realize, including pretty in-depth side missions. Like I don't know if you've watched them, but there's a lot of customization. There's a really cool story arcs with certain characters. I'm not saying it's going to be a 7 or, it might be a -7, but I am saying that I'm excited to play something on that scale again. It's been how long?
No, I'm hearing you. Dude, I'm sitting there playing Mafia 3 last night, and I've already beat the game before, but I'm playing through it again because I'm bored. I need something good. And I do like the game. It's just that, man, I need something new. And yes, I need something on a bigger scale. Gotham Knights, however, though, after that dialogue and the sliding around, it looks like they're on ice. I don't know if I can like that game. We'll see.
It looked a lot better in IGN's video. You got to check it out. No one will ever mow you again, Fonzarelli.
Yeah, no one will ever mow you again. Exactly. What have you been playing lately, though?
Fuck. 2K23.
2K23. And occasionally I see you dabbling in Fortnite.
Oh yeah, Fortnite. Yeah, I'm getting into Battle Royale thanks to Fortnite. PUBG turned me off of the entire genre. Yeah. Getting sniped by Bush, right? It's kind of I don't know, something about it back in the day. I just wasn't feeling it, but Ashtray, this fuckface, got me to play it. Fortnite, right? So we're jumping in there, and you've jumped in there with us. We won our first match or so together, I do believe. This, I don't know, something about it, man. It's so well done.
It's quality
for what it is, man. For a game for toddlers, I'm liking it.
I'm kind of ashamed in a way. Like, it's one of those guilty pleasure things that you want to hide the fact that you play it, right? But at the same time,
I'm not afraid.
It's pretty fun. Well, I'm just saying, it's like, come on, we've all made fun of Fortnite for so long, and then here we are playing Fortnite. Like,
I've been keeping track of that game since 2011, man, and it was a building game when it came out. 2011 is when I kept track of it. Finally, I bought it in 2017 when it was a paid game with no battle royale, right? I was really looking forward to the game, and then, boom, it came out.
Trust me, I do remember that, man. When you
got a refund on it. I do remember.
Yeah. Buy this game. It's fun. I buy it and see the beta word splash across the screen, and then I play about 15 minutes. I'm like, and you guys are like, hey, where are you at? What are you doing? Oh, I refunded that bitch. I was gone, bro. I was done. But no, without all the building and stuff, the base building, it's a lot better. Christopher K, he says that Grounded is great, so he's been playing Grounded. Are you playing Grounded at all? Are you into that or no?
What do you think?
I don't think so. I haven't seen you play it, but
I
played with you months ago.
Mm-hmm. Now, I'm not saying I won't play it, but I'm saying as of right now, it's not coming close to taking me off of 2K23. I'll tell you that.
2K23 is
It's good.
You've been saying it's
good.
one of the best 2Ks in a while.
Granted, I've only played this is my second or third basketball game ever, but out of those three,
It's better.
this is by far the best one.
Yeah. Well, on my show, speaking of games, I'd like to play this game with you, of course. And let's see how good you do today with the trivia, man.
5 questions.
All right, dealer, you know the drill. 4 trivia questions, 1 subjective question. This is 5 questions, so let me get my mood music right.
I like the little dude in the left corner.
Yeah, my little suit, right? Awesome. It's nice to see that I have something moving on the screen for you, though, instead of just a static image. I like this better.
What's left of Halo Infinite?
Yeah, exactly. Here's your first question. What Eagles quarterback was on the cover of Madden 06? Eagles quarterback. Legendary
Joe Montana. No, I'm not. I couldn't tell you.
All right, that's Donovan McNabb.
There's no way I'm getting that.
Hey, we don't look. I did some trivia today on that other game show, and I did okay. I didn't do too bad. But it was a lot of subjective questions. So they did me nicely over there, which I was surprised by because they did horribly over here with this.
Let me know, chat. Let me know if any of y'all actually guessed that, and be honest. I'll know who's lying.
Yeah, Jerry said McNabb ? Earlier, so yeah, he would have got it.
Good job, Jerry.
Who is the protagonist you play in the Legend of Zelda series? This is easy. Come on.
The protagonist you play as?
Yeah, in Legend of
Link.
Zelda. What'd you say?
Link?
Of course. That's an easy one. All right.
Yeah.
I have to throw easy ones out there, dealer, because a lot of people out there were telling me the questions were getting too hard. And I'm like, okay, but whatever. People like to play along, so they're doing that in the chat. Number 3. What was the title of the 1994 movie starring Jean-Claude Van Damme that was based off of a very popular fighting game franchise? Street Fighter's correct, sir. Exactly. I was thinking maybe you might have said Mortal Kombat just to, jump out there and say
No.
A lot of people forget about that trash Street Fighter movie. That movie was so bad.
I still have PTSD. That's how I knew.
Oh, it's so bad. Number 4. In Uncharted: The Lost Legacy, can you name the primary protagonist you play in the game?
What? Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Nathan?
No. Uncharted: The
you
Lost
said Lost
Legacy.
Lost Legacy. Naomi? What is that chick's name?
The primary protagonist in this game.
I'm wanting to say Naomi or fucking Stephanie. I don't fucking know.
It's Chloe Fraser.
Fuck Chloe.
All right, here's number 5. If for some reason you only had one game you could play for the next 6 months, what game would that be, dealer? And it could be a game that's right around the corner. You only had one game.
The problem is we don't know what's right around the corner. Xbox is like, we don't even know. Check back in a year. As of right now, I would say 6 months. That's a long time.
That's
man.
a long time for one game. Think about that, playing it over
Listen,
and
over. Since I don't know, if I could choose Forza Motorsport, it would be that. If there's a bunch of games, but I don't think they're right around the corner.
Forza, you know what? I'll accept that because that is, beginning of 2023. So I'll accept that. Yeah, Forza Motorsport is your jam. You love those games, so I totally get it. Well, dealer, we're going to get into our first topic here, and that, of course, is Stadia. Yes, Stadia. It's dead. It's freaking dead, folks. That's right. Google's gaming service is now shutting down in 2023, January 18th, to be exact, and they'll be refunding all purchases. Some of the games you're able to play now, you'll still be able to play some of them because they'll be transferring over to Steam, I guess. That's what they're going to be doing for you, as well as, refunds and stuff. But yeah, this service, this venture by them is soon to be gone. Dealer, did you ever try Stadia, and what do you think of this news?
I'd rather talk about how people actually thought it would succeed.
Oh my gosh.
You know firsthand, RDX,
Dude.
the day it was announced, the day that I talked about it on the show, how it's basically Linux based, or they had to port this basically. Problem number one, developers, they're not going to do this shit. Secondly, you can't play these things locally. The prices are often higher than every other platform. You need a great connection. Also, it's Google. Well, since when do they back anything they do? There was a million issues. Like xCloud has so many things going for it, right? And the quality would eventually catch up if it weren't there yet, right? I don't understand why they thought, or why they really pushed this for so long, I guess, knowing that it's so many uphill battles here.
Yeah, the writing was on the wall from the very first time I heard about the whole business model, honestly. It's like, look, you've got a streaming platform, streaming service, but you have, like you said, no alternative for native gaming, and it's full price games. Like,
yeah,
who's going to buy into that? Like, I never saw that was a good deal, in my opinion, as a consumer. But there were a few people out there that were really pushing this. And I remember on Twitter, we even argued with some people about it. And I'm like, why are there fanboys for Stadia? I was
because
shocked.
They're the only ones, and Stadia actually sent them things. So
they got a controller and they decided to shill. Jesus.
It was yes. It don't take much. And the same people that say we sell out, even though we literally don't do that shit, right? We criticize the Xbox Series X when they sent me one. I'm like, yeah, I don't got no fucking games day one, but if you want to play multiplayer, blah, blah, blah. Point is, we knew it was a big, big red flag the second we saw Phil Harrison's bald ass up there on the stage, the guy that led the Xbox One into the dumpster in 2013. He launched the Xbox One, or helped launch that. There's like, what were they thinking? I don't understand.
Yeah, they weren't thinking. That's the problem. Look, at the end of the day, the bottom line is that people don't trust Google. I mean, they are notorious. They have a legacy for killing off products, man. How many Hangouts and so many other things that they've come up with, they've just killed in the past. And I remember Phil Harrison, for years he was interviewed after Stadia released. Is this going to be one of those things that you guys just kill off? No, we're spending so much money. We're investing so much money into this. This is going to be around for a while. I mean, he was just saying that a few months ago. And
he's the guy that said with Xbox One has the power of 4 Titans in the cloud.
Oh, geez. There we go.
Remember those days?
Yeah. Phil Harrison does not have a good track record for anything, does he?
It gets worse, though. Think about the developers and the studios that they swooped up and wasted years of their fucking lives and time and talent on shit that never even came out.
Let's go ahead and talk about those developers, because they've taken to Twitter, and I've got some of these here. You've got developers like WRSK Games. They literally just signed a publishing agreement with Stadia last week, dealer. Last freaking week. Like, dude.
You're joking, right?
No. He's on Twitter. They're on Twitter pissed off by this. Petrichor Games, another one. They said that they had their game that they've been making for a while called Battle Billiards, and it was going to be an exclusive to Stadia. Guess what? They've been making it for nothing. And Necrosoft Games, similar situation. They are making a game called Hyper Gun Sport, and this was going to be on Stadia, and now they don't know how they're going to recoup all their development costs. That's
the problem, though. If Stadia would have just held out a little longer, Battle Billiards could have brought them back. So they're refunding everybody else, but they're not like telling these developers, hey, these contracts or these deals we're gonna honor. We're gonna pay
all the development costs. Gone. Like, and these developers are upset, and I'm like, wow. Again, it sucks, because on one hand, it's like, you trusted this company that's got a long history of just destroying their own product, getting rid of it after some time. Even decent products like Hangouts was a decent product. They just didn't know how to market it well. But here, you've got Stadia, and you thought maybe, hey, this might be a while, because I mean, you and I both know that game streaming is going to be a major part of gaming in the future. It's going to be huge when they nail this all down. But it's our infrastructure and everything else that's not really allowing that to take off just yet.
And Stadia's plan, none of it fed back into itself. That's the genius. You've heard me say this a million times. The genius of what Microsoft are doing with xCloud and Game Pass is you literally cross-buy, cross-save, cross-progression, cross-play, and you can play it from anywhere, right? And you can play it both locally. If you're out, you can stream it.
And that's the biggest thing.
It's just it's got a cohesive kind of. This is a thing that it all feeds back into itself. Where Stadia is fighting itself tooth and nail every step of the way, and I think you're right. It's Battle Billiards, 10 out of 10.
Billiards,
it's got to come to Xbox, right?
Yeah, and Hyper Gun Sport, whatever that is. Like, now they're going to have to bring it to Xbox and PlayStation or PC or something, because
maybe
you can't make an exclusive over there for Stadia anymore. It's done. But just think about that, chat. All these developers who were putting their heart and soul into their games, going to Stadia, developing for Stadia, it's gone. Like these costs, I mean, everything they've spent and put into these games, like all the hours, it's like they're going to have to transition over to another platform. And it sucks, man.
You see what Dave said? Dave said Microsoft should buy the Battle Billiards developers for $68 billion. Yes, Dave.
Oh, yes. Dave is on point with that. Let me get through some super chats here. I got Spinal 11. What's up, Mark? He says, Stadia, the queen? ? What the fuck else? How will we survive? How will we survive without Stadia, people? How? I just don't see it. Brigadier's Blue. What's up, buddy? He says, it wouldn't be a proper Sunday without Fonz and GTL. Looking forward to today's show. Fonz and Dealer always make for a good time. That's the truth.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, brother. Dreadpool says, I still say I want Phil Harrison's PR job rep to find me a high-paying job to screw up and move onwards and upwards. Exactly.
Golden parachutes all day, Dreadpool.
Damn, that guy. I swear, everything he's done, like everything he's touched is pretty much just not done well. I don't know. Splendiferous. Sony will acquire all those devs to compete with ABK. That's right. Battle Billiards and Hypergun Sport will destroy COD. Dude, I can totally see that. But
can't forget Ryan, by the way. Ryan Landis, he says, by the way, who's Stadia?
Yeah, who is
We don't
Stadia?
know. We have no idea.
Yeah, I forgot. Tim Dog calls it Stadia.
Bethesda.
Remember? Stadia? Yeah, man, seriously, I don't want to spend too much time here, but I'm just saying, the whole developer fiasco thing is just wrong. That game developer who just signed a contract last week, it's like, think about them sitting there and they're dealing with these people, and the people at Google are like, yeah, we can't wait for you to come on board. And the very next week, gone. Like,
yeah. Did they find out via Twitter like most of us?
Yes,
or
they did.
Were they informed beforehand?
That is the problem. They all found out on Twitter, man. They all found out with the announcement.
They just lit the house on fire and ran out. And, the developer's like, what the hell's that smell?
So,
and it's crazy.
They said, now Stadia, Google has stated that, they're going to keep the tech because they know that this is still the future, right? It's still going to be the future of gaming. So they're going to keep this tech just in case for the future. Who the hell's going to... Yeah, but who is going to freaking, trust them at this point? I mean,
I don't know. It's Google Glass. It's Stadia.
Exactly.
They haven't done much right since Google, the damn search engine, really.
Yeah, it's just nuts, man. But yeah, let's move on from that. Let's talk about something that's more interesting, I guess. And here it is. There's a new Need for Speed on the way. That's right. Reports are coming in that a new Need for Speed is coming. It's called Unbound. It'll be announced next week, and it's going to have a trailer. Get this, dealer, featuring the music by A$AP Rocky. I bet you're really excited for that.
I'm gonna Google that,
Man.
and I'm gonna do it in the incognito mode on my browser.
Dealer, you're into racing games. Does this Need for Speed Unbound
I don't like
sound
anything with
interesting
the-
to you? Or
It's a sub named
Rocky?
Unbound. I've not played one game ever. Name of game Unbound that was actually good. I'm hoping it's good.
I don't know.
Because they need to compete, and it's been a while since they brought something out, right?
Yeah, it's been some time. I'm not a huge fan of racing games, so or ASAP Rocky, so I'm not really thrilled for this trailer. But it's going to be out supposedly next week, and people are going to be mesmerized by it.
Here's my question, though.
What?
Will they have the ray tracings? Will they have the lost ray tracing from Master Chief's visor?
No, that's still lost. 343 is still looking for that. Bonnie put it somewhere and didn't tell anybody where she hid it. That's
not acceptable, Bonnie.
Yeah, it's not coming. Who knows? But yeah, Need for Speed. Look, it's a game an announcement. I figured I don't really care about it, but I figured I would bring that to you guys because it's news and I'm bringing it to you. So.
It's notable. Like, it's a racing. For one, we got to acknowledge the fact that Forza has literally curb stomped every other racing game so hard that they have literally died off, and Need for Speed is coming back, and that's to be applauded as long as EA don't fuck it up like they do almost everything else, especially Battlefield, by releasing it too early, though they have had several years to build this. Competition is important, and Need for Speed have done customization really, really well in the last one, right? It's just everything else around the game is the problem. I'm just, I want the game to come out and compete. I'm just kidding about the name and stuff. I'm probably going to buy the game. I just hope it's really good, and I just hope EA give the developers the time they need.
Yes. Yeah,
that would be nice.
Do what they did with Jedi Fallen Order. Just give the developers time to create something epic and fun.
Just give Need for Speed to
get lightsabers
to the Jedi Fallen Order developers.
Yeah. Exactly. Just put lightsabers in the cars. Yeah. No, that would be a playground situation with Fable, right? The same thing. But interesting about Fable. I was talking about that earlier with the guys at Just Gaming podcast and saying it's interesting that Playground Games and they're making the Fable game. I'm really interested to see what they do with that. Do you think that they're going to make any big changes to the franchise at all? Or do you think it's going to be the same whimsical, fairy tale type of, land and fart jokes and kicking chickens and things like that?
Well, I don't think it's fair to think about a game that's probably going to come out in 2032 as a game that came out in 2007. I think that. You
think that long, huh?
No, obviously not. But I'm just saying.
No, not that long. But you think it'll be a while? I
actually like the fact that it's been in development since 2017 because it takes time to establish something or reestablish something, especially from a team that is over there in the UK and that has gotten developers that worked on big games like Red Dead and Arkham and all this other stuff, right? Like, it's not just a racing studio. They have two teams. The other team is filled with veterans that build games similar to this, right? So I'm hoping. I have no reason to doubt it. Though I do get what you're saying. Fable was kind of quirky. People liked it. I think they got to strike a balance, and they've got to compete with games like Witcher 3 when it comes to, quest design and side missions. And, it's an RPG, and not everything's got to be Witcher 3, but you definitely got to compete because it is the gold standard.
I guess what I'm saying is I think, for me anyway, I would like a little bit more of a serious tone. Not necessarily like completely serious, no jokes at all, but I prefer a serious tone to my games now. I
don't think you'll get it, no cyberpunk kind of,
No, I don't expect that.
Stuff like what I'm saying? Like that kind of tone is a little more serious and adult, but I think you will get something that is a little bit refreshing in a way because you probably haven't experienced any kind of RPG like this in quite some time. It's got that kind of, that if it does have a similar tone to the last ones, updated, obviously. The audience back then was significantly younger. We've grown up a bit. And, hey, you could get STDs and stuff in the last one. I know, Fonz, you already have them all, so you couldn't get them because you already had them. But in the game, you could get STDs and stuff. And, that's something that they did mess around with those kind of themes. Having a family, you could even, do things and really fuck people up in that game. It had a dark side to it. You could even grow horns out of your head because you made decisions a certain way. Yep. I think there's potential there to expand on that aspect as well.
Oh yeah, for sure. Spinal 11 here says, is Dealer showing Killzone footage?
That's that's Killzone.
Yeah, that's
2.
Killzone. That's Killzone Infinite right there. It's trash. Don't play it. Ragnarok. God of War Ragnarok. It's right around the corner, dealer. There's some news that came out. Pre-order details anyway. 11/2/22, you'll be able to pre-download the game. And also on that same date, the review embargo will be up. So apparently review copies will be going out soon. And so on 11/2, about a week before it drops on the 9th, we're going to be able to see what reviewers are saying about the game. And what do you think they're going to say about this game?
I think it's going to come in around in 91. And I think that
it's pretty good.
It's going to be great. You know that the last God of War was one of my favorite games of all time. If not for Witcher 3, it probably would be. That kind of experience is kind of special to me. I'm an Xbox guy, so it's the last game was fantastic. But Barlog is not leading this team, and that doesn't make me cast doubt, but it makes me say, where's this new guy going to go with it? I'm kind of intrigued, and will it drag me off of the Xbox because right now it's going to take a lot. I just don't.
Bro, God of War.
Not on the PlayStation a lot right now.
Okay, so you loved God of War back in the day, right?
Yeah.
All right, 2018. Yeah, you loved it. You played through it, and I remember that took you away from the Xbox. I don't see this not taking you away from the Xbox for at least for the duration of the damn game. You're going to play it and you're going to love it.
Yeah, I mean it could be. I mean I'm definitely going to play it. I'm just saying I'm at a different place right now, so. I'm kind of more in the multiplayer type stuff, but I will definitely boot it up, and I'm going to see where it goes and takes me. But gotcha. I'm always going to have it to go back to either way.
Yeah, I think it's a good sign that the embargo is up a week before. That's usually a good sign that they're confident in their product. So that is nice to see. Because so many times now we've seen where games like Saints Row, like other games, the review embargo is up literally the day it comes out. And like they want you to spend their money, your money, so they can take it from you. Oh, get rid of
damn sex bots.
Yeah, get rid of the sex bots.
They're very persistent now. They're definitely DTF.
They're definitely following dealer. Yeah, they you know what it was? True, sure. They heard you talk about the STDs, so they're here. All right,
they're like, I'm here. Who wants some?
Yep, that's what it was.
Hey, go away, sex bot.
THX 1138. Thank you very much.
Looks good, man.
He says, rumor, Sony, yes, I'm going to bring this up. So let's go ahead and get into it. There's a rumor that Sony is remaking Horizon Zero Dawn, dealer. Why?
Is Sony's remaking Horizon Zero Dawn?
Yes, they're from the ground up for the PlayStation 5 again. Where have we heard that before?
That's not a remake. There's no way they remake this.
Dude, so apparently they're going to remake this, and this is just a rumor. They're going to remake it and implement better fighting mechanics from the second one, which I don't see that it being that much better at all. It feels the same to me. I don't really feel a difference with the Horizon Forbidden West from Zero Dawn in terms of fighting. I know there's a little bit of difference when you're fighting the humans and stuff, but honestly, it's not that big a difference. And graphically, they're supposed to enhance it too. I'm like, what? It already looks great. Like, I don't know. I think these remakes are getting pretty stupid on the Sony side.
Where's this rumor coming from?
It was just an article that came out today. I forgot what article.
Was it comicbook.com? Because we could just smack that shit off the table right now.
I don't know. And Wario64 put it out there on Twitter, and I read it, and I was just like, if this does happen, it's just dumb. It makes no sense. It's too soon for something like that.
Let me ask you this. Does Horizon Zero Dawn have a PS5 patch or 60 FPS mode for PS5 or anything?
There is 60 FPS on PS5, yes.
Oh, for the first game there is?
Yeah, I believe so. I believe so. Don't quote me, but I think there is. I really do.
So, I don't know. I feel like this has kind of been exaggerated a little. Maybe it's an update, but there's absolutely no reason for them to go back and do this or spend resources to do that. Nobody's asking for it. Nobody really wants it. And the game still looks phenomenal to this day. It's still absolutely jaw-dropping, right?
Yeah.
I just don't see why they would do this instead of spending that resource to port other things or bring other things or make other things.
Exactly. especially on this particular franchise, which I don't think is amazing at all.
It could be a patch, though. I just want to make that clear. It could be like a little patch, maybe a graphics boost. I don't know. That's why I say I think it's maybe being exaggerated. If it's an all-new rebuild from the ground up, that's the dumbest shit I ever heard of.
Yeah, it's just not old enough. Like if they were to remake Uncharted 1 and 2, I would get it. I'd be all for it. Okay, cool. Those are good games, and they need to be, especially Uncharted 1 needs to be remade. It's pretty bad. It's pretty clunky and stuff. But you're talking about a game that came out in 2017. Like, what are we doing here? Why does it need to be remade? It looked amazing on the PS4 Pro. It looks awesome on the PlayStation 5. There's no reason. No reason at all. Danny Passion Official, thank you very much, man. He says, just saying hello to the amazing panel. That's right, the amazing dealer. He's here.
Yeah, I want to say, too, shout out to everyone watching us live. We know YouTube's dead. We know things are dead in general, and thanks for joining us. Seriously, you guys power the show, and hit the like button since Fonz don't know how to say that. It helps, and subscribe to the channel and all that good stuff, and let us know your thoughts, because who is this? Dorangle. I don't even know what that is, but appreciate your comment. He says, better not hear any complaints about remakes ever again. At least Bethesda Spaces There's out with Skyrim, stuff like that. I mean, those aren't even remakes. Those are just special editions with content that is at a reduced price, or this newest one has content from creators. It's the same game. It's just got mods in there that pay creators when you buy the game. This is different. He's saying ground up remake, which makes it kind of hard to believe for me. Yeah. It just doesn't seem logical.
It's not for a game that's man, it just came out in 2017. It doesn't even look bad at all. Like even the animations and stuff are still great, but apparently they want to redo all that. They want to make it look like Horizon Forbidden West. And I'm just like, why? Like, why do we need to rehash this and go back to the first?
Is it that far off? It
is. I think graphically Horizon Forbidden West is a lot more impressive, but man, it's not, I guess it's not that far off. And that was Dorian Gray that said that, by the way. I messed up his name before too. It's hard to read that R and A the way it's put on there.
Yeah.
Just Gaming Podcast said at Dealer Gaming we have at least 15 more versions of Skyrim before we get to a true remake.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, the Skyrim Special Edition was basically like some grass mods, and
bro, $70, $70 for that game on the Switch.
What?
Skyrim.
What?
Yeah, $70. That's how
Seriously?
much it is. Yes, Skyrim is $70 on the Switch.
When did that happen?
Just recently. The price was put out there.
How come we're not talking about Microsoft? How come we're not talking about this more?
Oh, well, no, I was going to bring that up. It's crazy. Why? First of all, Bethesda is the ones that made this price for this game on the Switch. They're the ones who called this $70.
But they are owned by Microsoft.
Yeah. So
that's, you got to bring them into it. And I mean, honestly, I'll be honest. I think they're selling it for $70 because they know there ain't shit else over there really to play like that. And they know that there's definitely a market for big games like this with all this content, big RPGs. Still one of the best, top 5, maybe top 10 of all time RPGs, right? But that you got to question why $70, and you got to question who the fuck is going to pay $70 for this thing.
And Ryan Landy said too, it's digital too. It's just a digital copy for $70, man. Yeah. That's the game came out in 2011, I believe. It's old, people. It's old.
Spinal said all Switch games are overpriced. I mean, is that the case? Like, are there really like
they're all overpriced?
10, 12-year-old games that are coming out $70 right now over there?
But the problem with that is the fact that hold on. Hargeet Shunny with a super chat says Skyrim standard is $60 on Switch. Oh, okay.
Why are you lying to everybody, Fonz?
No. I saw the price, $70 on Twitter. Somebody was posting it. But apparently, what is the edition they're getting for $70 then on Switch? Because I actually saw that it was $70 at a store, their Nintendo store. Sorry.
Well, Nano, he says, slight correction, Nintendo, publishers for this Switch port, not Bethesda. Yeah, I mean, again, either way, it's kind of curious, right? But yeah, thanks for the insight, guys. Maybe it's 60 in some territories, 70 in others. Maybe Fawn saw,
Okay,
the Sony fans say it was 70, and of course they're always lying. So
okay, this is the first article that popped up, and it was from Kotaku, and we know how much Kotaku is just $70 version of Skyrim quietly appears on Nintendo Switch. That's what it says here. So apparently,
I remember when Jason Schreier was there, he told me all PS5 games are going to be exclusive to PS5, and there was no PS4 versions.
Yeah, it says the anniversary edition is $70 on Switch, and this was 14 hours ago from another website.
Is that like a bonus content version, though? Or what about the standard version?
It doesn't say standard. It says anniversary edition. So
I'm blaming Fuzzy Belvedere.
All I know is that $70 for anniversary edition. Yeah, it is $70. Even Hargeet said that for the anniversary edition. So, I mean, there you have it. Why is the anniversary edition so expensive there on Nintendo? It's not even that much on the Xbox. Matter of fact,
the
it's a lot cheaper.
Standard is 60 and the anniversary 70. I mean, I'm guessing it's like a game. I mean,
it has
I think both
content.
prices are too high.
Oh,
either way,
definitely.
Yeah.
If you want to play, if you want to play it, buy it on PC or Xbox. It's the best place to play anyway for those games. Yeah. So again, chat brought it up, so it had to be talked about here. But let's go ahead and talk about PlayStation Stars dealer. So PlayStation Stars is a new loyalty program, which starts I think next week. But it's got some interesting perks to this program. Now there's a 4-tier level program here. Basically, if you get to the highest tier, there's a perk where you can get priority for customer service. So you can essentially jump the line in customer service if you are tier 4 in this.
You mean you can actually get a human on the phone if you're tier 4?
So far, I did not see that. I saw that it was priority in chat.
Oh my God.
So basically, you get the same level of crappy service as everybody else, but you get to get it first. Okay. Or you get to get up into the front of the line at least.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. To get to this highest tier, you need to buy 4 full price games from the PlayStation Store. Physical is not included. So poor forever physical folks out there. I'm sorry. It's just the way it is. If you want to get this highest tier, you have to buy digitally. You'll also have to earn 128 rare trophies. 128 rare trophies.
So I got a question for you, though. Do you think somebody's doing this and they're like checking this shit off of a list and they're like, finally, I'm going to be first in that shitty robot chat?
I guarantee you there's people that are doing this, not just for that perk, but there's other things they're giving away too. Like that little video I showed. You can get digital collectibles and stuff. And you know how some of these guys love their collectibles and stuff.
Damn,
I don't know. It's weird. Yeah, I know those bots. They followed you here, man. The STD talk.
Fucking follow me here,
the STD talk brought them in.
You've been looking up. I don't need you to be lying to the chat like
bro.
this.
You brought monkeypox to my chat. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Monkeypox started in this chat first and foremost, and secondly, All Might says there's also another hidden tier, the diamond tier.
Ooh, what's that going to bring you?
It got blood diamonds in it.
No, but seriously. Look, and I know there's a big controversy around this. Like people are really like upset about this. And I'm like, this is not all uncommon. This happens in other corporations too. Like you pay for a premium for better service. But it's like what I told Colt, like me and Colt were talking about it. And I told Colt, I had to paid a premium service for the theater, the local theater. And basically you can get in front of the line for, the concession stand. So if you want popcorn, you got ahead of the line for everybody else is waiting. You'd get up there and get your popcorn first. Hey, they're still going to get the same shitty popcorn as you got in the end. So it's just, that's all it is. You're just jumping ahead.
That ain't butter, boy.
And yes, a lot of companies do this though. I bought a TV years ago, paid a premium for it. And with that, that was actually better though. I had better customer service than
How about they just give
all the
you
others
decent
got.
customer
So-
service? You know, Fuzzy
Yeah.
Belvedere says that does the diamond tier get you a refund at least? I mean, can you get
Oh,
refunds if you're in the
geez.
diamond tier?
Yeah, that's a good question because you cannot get a refund from them. I've tried before. No dice. Doesn't happen. Xbox, it's pretty easy. You just, phone them up, boom, you get a refund and it's done. Or now it's just online. But yeah, no, I just think it's not much of a controversy to me because I know other places have paid for premiums for better service and stuff. The biggest thing here is, like you said, dealer, they just need to get better customer support. That's it. Like, going through chat sucks. I hate being on chat. I like talking to a live person. I don't know.
Yeah.
But to me, chat just sucks. It's not as good.
Think about it though, Fonz. Like, Sony are so damn stingy. Think about how big this is, really. Cyberpunk was getting refunds. They took the damn game off the store so they wouldn't have to give refunds.
Yep.
They were willing to miss out on however many millions of sales so they didn't have to give a refund. And I'm thinking they literally removed one of the biggest games of that year to avoid giving refunds. I've never heard of anything like that before, at least in the modern kind of era, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
that's big.
And Cyberpunk, interesting about Cyberpunk though, lately the resurgence of Cyberpunk has been incredible. Like, there's people like coming out of the woodwork playing that game. Like, it's selling great again. And the player base for that game is just as big as it was in the first month of release. And
where's that 2 years later review at, Fonz?
Man. Man, now people wouldn't really hate on it as much anymore. You're right. People wouldn't.
Who cares? Like, who cares if they hate on it? You like what you like, man.
Yeah. No, the game is great.
Did you hear about YouTube potentially restricting 4K playback behind premium? Yeah, I just got tagged in this on Twitter. Somebody's looking at an option to change display resolutions on YouTube, like we've been uploading since 2017 at 4K 60 FPS. It says upgrade to premium for 2160p. So I don't know if it's real. I've tagged YouTube in it and trying to find out, but that would really suck as well.
That would suck because I enjoy watching content on my big screen TV in 4K. Like, I enjoy it. I hope they don't take that away because that would be bullshit. Yeah, oh man, they dropped Stadia and now they do this. Wow. Thanks, Google. Thanks. And it's funny. YouTube is like the one shining spot or the bright spot for Google. It's YouTube. That's it. That's the one app that they've freaking not canceled, and
they haven't fucked it up yet. Yeah.
And that's because of all the ad revenue. I mean, they actually, have a lot of, and bullshit. It's not because of them. It's because of the content creators, damn it. It's all of people like you, dealer. It's people like Cole, and it's all these other people that are on there making great content and making them money. So fuck Google. They didn't do shit. They didn't do shit.
Say positive things about our content, firstly. And secondly, they are trying to turn it into TikTok. That's like a red flag. Then let's do shorts. That's kind of going backwards, attempts, right?
Yeah, that's kind of going backwards, man. All those shorts, they're irritating. Every time I open the app now, I don't know if it's the same for you, but it goes right to the shorts. And I don't want to see that. Like, I go to my subscribers, or not subscribers, but the people I'm subscribed to. Yeah. I just think it's crazy, though. It's nuts. Hargeet Shani, thank you very much, brother. He says the highest tier unlocks the privilege to buy the next PlayStation remake for $120 instead of the paltry too low price of $70 for the payers. Pay happens here. Man, Hargeet's messy. Shots fired. But you know what? He's probably not that far off.
Look at that beard.
Man, majestic
distinguished
beard. Man, that's stash too. That's stash too. All right, so let's go ahead and move on. This is our last topic here. We're going to talk about Jim Ryan. Apparently, Jim is begging the CMA to help cancel the ABK deal again, dealer. It's funny because all these Sony fanatics out there were actually like, they're pushing him to do this. Like they're begging the CMA themselves. Like people are on Twitter. They're going to their freaking congressman and they're saying, please stop this deal. And it's just hilarious to me because this once freaking proud group of action adventure cinematic experiences are now begging for COD to stay on their freaking platform.
It's like they got a little bandit camp, a little refugee camp. They're fucking hiding out from the Terminators.
Exactly.
The world's ending over there.
Remember when they were all about our exclusives are what brings people to PlayStation? And Jim's like, no, bitch, it's COD. And it's games like this that we need here, you dumbass. And people are all like, yes, we do. It's just, it's so irritating how people are freaking just acting about this. I don't know,
Let us
man.
know if you ever had a little brother, a little bitch-ass little brother that goes out and tells on you and shit. That's what Jim Ryan's doing right now. He's literally telling on Xbox. He's trying. I can't believe this went public. Like the fact, first off, Microsoft lied to us all. Right? They're trying to bullshit everybody. They only offered him a few years of COD after the deal, and they were pretty direct with that. Jim Ryan didn't like it. He put it out there publicly. And again, there's a reason I said I don't buy shit they say unless they put their foot in the ground like they've done in the past in certain ways. This is why, man. They know what they're doing. And they know they're going to try to trickle certain things off, and at least in some way in the future. And Jim Ryan's saying 3 years is not enough. We can't do it. We need more time. And Phil don't owe them nothing. They spent their money. So the best thing Jim Ryan could do is tell. That's to see this day, Fonz, where Sony are running and telling, snitching, bitching, right?
Yeah, it's crazy to me because, again, you have all these people, all these fanatics that were so excited, to tell people the exclusives. They always just sit there and yell to people, exclusives are what brings, people to our platform. And then Jim Ryan comes along and just exposes them all and tells them, no, we need these types of games. And he's 100% right. I mean, COD makes so much money for them. These types of games make a lot more money for them than any freaking one God of War can do for them, or even Spider-Man. There's just so much invested into these games. You've got the microtransactions and stuff that come along with them. They cannot afford to see this go away. And
let's talk about the share price. I mean, you're talking about billions of dollars lost without losing a dollar because of fear that this is going to happen. You're talking about a world where losing Call of Duty loses them more money because people invest in the company less than the actual sales not being there would cost them. Yeah. You're talking about a world where maybe, hey, Phil Spencer slides up and says, hey, bitch, give me that Spider-Man and all those other games you're working on, those games you locked down for you. And maybe we'll leave Call of Duty on the platform.
Yeah, this is why, they're heavily trying to invest into gas games and trying to get their own first-party games to make them a little, cash there, because once COD goes eventually, because it will. I mean, look at what they did with Bethesda at Microsoft. They said one thing beforehand, and it had a lot of people speculating, will they or won't they put the games over on PlayStation? We see that they're not. Okay. Once those deals went through for all those other Tokyo, Ghostwire Tokyo and all those other games, Deathloop and everything, once those deals were done, Xbox was like, now give me back my games, and they're not going to put Starfield on PlayStation. They're not going to put the next Elder Scrolls on PlayStation. And you still have people out there speculating whether or not they will with Elder Scrolls. And I think it's ridiculous. There's no shot it's happening.
But think about it. Do you blame some of them? Because some games, they're telling you that the people should be able to love all the games they want on platforms they want, but ZeniMax games, you got to get Game Pass platforms for that. Xbox and always have had a messaging problem, and it's important for us to hammer them until are they fooling the FTC? No, they're not fooling anybody, right? That's why I don't get why this whole thing's even happening. They're not stupid. Like, just be consistent. And you just gotta find a way to be consistent, or don't say anything at all when you don't have to, because even Sony don't care at this point. They're telling people what you're really saying, and it doesn't look good either way. I just want a little bit more transparency and a little bit more consistency on what is going to be where and what your logic is behind that. But I'm not going to sit there and believe that, well, Call of Duty is very special and people deserve to love it on the platforms they have, but Elder Scrolls isn't, and you fucking told everyone to fuck off and get Game Pass.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's the end goal is Game Pass and putting their games on Game Pass. Look, they've got to entice people over. That's why they want to make COD exclusive eventually, because it will bring people over to Game Pass for sure, if they make that exclusive. PlayStation's going to have to figure things out. And again, they're adapting, they're changing, they're conforming to these new ways of the industry. And we see that with their games going to PC. Another one just went there, Sackboy. Sackboy is now going to PC, or is on PC. I'm not sure if it is yet or it's going to, but anyways, it'll be there if it's not there already. So they're conforming, man. And I think they're going to continue to do so. And one thing about transparency, I'll say, is Jim Ryan is being pretty damn transparent lately, because look at all the crying he's doing. Look at what he's trying to do. And I know some people get mad at me using the word crying or whatever, but that's what it is essentially. I know as an executive, as a CEO of a company, of rival competition to somebody having this big deal that is really going to hurt your bottom line. I understand that you want to fight for that and you want to go out and say something about that or against it. I get it, but the way he's going about it, and him now, I guess he just flew to Brussels to complain about it and stuff. And I'm like, why are we constantly hearing about him in the news doing this? It doesn't look good for them. It looks kind of weak, man. It really does.
What do you mean, kinda? They're literally out on a life raft in the middle of the ocean, fucking with a fire, and the same raft screaming help. I mean, they have no other options. And Matthew in the chat says, of course, they're not going to come out and say that it's going to be exclusive. That would be dumb. What do you mean that would be dumb? They did the exact same thing as that when the ZeniMax acquisition
I think what he's talking about is they're trying to get this deal through. They don't want to look like bad
nobody,
people.
though. That's what I'm saying. These people, the regulators, they can count higher than us, right?
Yeah.
They're not stupid. And they know what's actually being said. They talk to Jim Ryan.
Yeah.
So what do you think? Jim Ryan's not going to tell the regulators, oh, yeah, fucking 3 years, fuck. Of course he is.
Yeah.
So what's the point of lying?
Yeah, there is none, man. And
I prefer transparency and honesty with the consumer, no matter what.
Yeah. No, I'm with you 100%. But yeah, people, if you're out there wondering, will the next Elder Scrolls, whenever the hell that comes out in 2045, but when it does drop, it's going to be exclusive. Mark my words. All these games that they're getting from these big, publishers that they're swooping up, Bethesda, now ABK, they're going to be exclusive. They're going to be exclusive to Game Pass. Wherever Game Pass is at. Now, come on. We've all heard that quote by Phil.
Mm-hmm. And before that, it was Xbox will get those ZeniMax games first or best, right?
First or best?
Remember that? Remember all the bullshit that caused when they came out and said that I would get the best versions first? And then the ZeniMax games would go to PlayStation. You can easily find this on of course, the internet. But it was something that one of their executives said. And not long after, they came out and said, well, it's going to be on platforms where Game Pass is. And again, it was after, but I'm just saying, nobody's stupid. They didn't say some of the things they said with COD before it went through. It's a different scenario. I get it. I'm just saying that I'm never going to ask a company to be less transparent about stuff, especially when Jim Ryan's literally on the phone with the same people that you're trying to fool. Everyone thinks they can fool the regulators. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah. No, for sure. And again, if you haven't heard it, if you haven't listened to RDX.
This is about delivering great exclusive games for you that ship on platforms where Game Pass exists.
And he meant it. He freaking meant it when he said that.
He did.
No, he meant it.
I don't know. You never know.
I'm telling you, that's what's going to happen.
I'm messing around. I'm just saying, you want to believe what they say, right? You don't want them to change things up all the time. That means that what we just heard has so much less value if that's the case. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. I think that at the end of the day, but I'm with you on the transparency thing. I hope that, these companies, but they're companies, man. They're big corporations. Of course, they're not going to be 100% transparent with us all the time. It's not going to happen. But I like to be, not lied to. How about that? I don't want to be lied to all the time.
I had to buy a PlayStation to play Spider-Man. I'll tell you that right now. So anybody bitching about this Call of Duty thing, guess what? Xbox spent the money.
Yep.
Right? and buy a fucking Xbox or use your, your dual 3080 Ti PC that apparently all the PlayStation guys got, right?
Or buy a Samsung TV with a Game Pass. There you go.
I mean, you could.
Yeah, there's things out there like that. But yeah, anyways, guys, that's the end of the show. I got to end it here because I got to go pick up my kid. But it was a great time, Dealer.
Thanks for watching.
Dealer Gaming. Thank you, chat, for coming out and watching the show and putting up with all the, me not coming on time earlier because situation, technicalities. That's what was going on. What's up, Thizbane? I see you in the chat.
Jizbane.
Yeah, I didn't say that. It was Dealer. All right, guys. Thank you for being here. And Dealer, let them know where they can find you. And yeah, let them know.
You can find me on Xbox Live at II space Dealer space II. And if you want to play 2K or play Park or any of that stuff, you can add me there, message me there, and let me know. And obviously, shout out to everyone in the chat. Thizbane. I talk to these guys on Xbox all the time, and I actually do. I don't just say that while we're live on the air and act like we talk all the time when we don't. Thiz, Boba, Ashtray, all these guys, and so many others. Hargeet, phenomenal guy in the chat. And yes, he's right. He probably has spent more money with Sony than any Sony fanboy in the chat. So it's kind of hard to attack somebody like that and somebody so generous. It's just offering an opinion. So again, thanks for joining us. And Fonz, bright times ahead, man. Good show.
Shout out to D-Batch.
Shout out to D-Batch as well. And thanks for joining us, guys. Hit the like button, subscribe, all that good stuff.
Yeah, I appreciate you, man. I really do. Look, I have gameplay on the screen. I actually have gameplay on the screen. Yeah, that's Mafia 3. That's what I was playing with last night. The DVR still sucks on the Series X. I'm sorry. Something's got to be done. Aaron, if you're listening, I don't know. You might
Jason
be
Ronald,
working.
will you please do your job?
Just nudge Jason. Just nudge him and say, hey, when you're done combing that beard, can you get the DVR going? Because that's what we need. We need the DVR
let us
fixed.
know you actually know it still exists. At least acknowledge the problem.
Because let me tell you, you might have seen it because I did miss a couple of freeze frames, but the video will just freeze on the DVR, and it didn't do that in game. It's just it's how it got recorded. It'll just freeze up, and then a few seconds later start up again. It's weird. But yeah, and then there's lighting issues and stuff that's going on in the game. I tried to tweak it a bit, but it's still dark. But yeah, it needs to be fixed because content creators like me who don't have a capture card, we like using the DVRs. So it would be nice.
Yeah.
Anyways, until next time, guys. Yeah. What is it? What was I going to say?
You were going to say your name's Fonzarelli.
It doesn't matter. Yeah,
okay.
It doesn't matter. Game on, guys.